Whoa! So good. Hello, everybody. It's Malty Malty with the GCA. Who else is in the GCA? He's right here beside me on that side.
Yeah, on this side. What's going
Bonk,
on,
bonk.
Balti? Sup,
How you
sup,
doing,
sup?
brother? We got Yo Pops in here for this last episode, the finale, the pizzazz, the gay parade that is the ending of season one of the Fallout show. So, how did you feel about everything, man? Before we
Ah,
get into any specifics.
you know what? I now remember I'm totally normie, never play the game, know a little bit about the lore, but not as deep as Malty does. But I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it started getting, it started picking up its paces around season episode 3. I mean, I went back and I, watched it on my own, so you know, something to be said about that.
Well, hey, everyone's entitled to their own stupid opinion.
It is America. It is
Yeah.
America. Well, I think it
Yes.
is.
Oh, you even know it's stupid because I got the propeller hat on
I
today.
know, dude. You gotta fly away in a little bit, dude.
Yeah. Well, how we normally do this is we kind of nitpick and critique each episode individually, but honestly, and Yo, Pops, you can feel however you want, and like you'll let us know. I was so disappointed by the way that it ended after there actually was a high point in the
Yeah,
series.
really,
Yeah,
really.
so through all these notes that I have, I starred some things that I just thought would be funny to say because they
Okay,
actually are written in my notes.
okay.
All right. Completely unearned. This bitch has the black snake moan. So that's when Lucy kisses Maxipus.
Yeah,
For no damn reason. Stupid ass forced romance. Let's go find that head. It's like, bitch, it seems like you're the one that wants to give it. Yes, these are actually notes that I wrote
that's
while watching the
funny, dude.
show.
Oh my god.
Norm
Let me-
looks like if Timothy Chalamet was 10 years older and liked women.
Wait, who?
And Norm is Lucy's brother that's
Okay,
stuck back in the vault.
okay. Dude, he's a short motherfucker too, man. Compared to the fucking who's the other dude that he was the gatekeeper dude or whatever.
Oh, Chet, yeah.
Chet, yeah. I mean, god damn, dude, he's a short fuck, man. I thought they found a kid that fucking played that role, dude. Fucking for Norn. Jesus.
Fuck this romance, gayer than James Charles. I wrote that. Show has bad pacing. Wrap it up.
Mm.
I'd rather have Palpatine return than see one more second of Massey Pussy galore.
Wait, what do you mean by Max Pussy Galore?
So Maximus,
Oh, okay. Oh,
the
okay, okay.
stolen valor guy.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I nicknamed him Maxipus because
Maxipus.
he just stolen valor. He steals everything. He's always looking for the easy way out. I was like, he's a
God.
giant pussy.
Yeah, it kind of the way they wrote him, it just it annoyed me a little bit too. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one, dude. Agree with you on that one.
And the last one that I have starred, there's obviously a lot of things that aren't jokes that are actually like paying attention way more to the
Okay.
story. But the last thing is, oh, fuck off with the Death Claw skull and showing the city of New Vegas at the end.
Oh, did they do that? Which
Mm-hmm.
part was that?
It was one of the very last scenes.
Okay.
They show like the needle tower.
Oh, dude, I thought that was fucking Seattle. I thought they were showing Seattle.
Well,
Okay.
they
Yeah,
have
the
yeah they
stratosphere.
have
Okay.
yeah they have one of those in New Vegas.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Uh,
Duh, fucking part
like
of the game.
yeah, it's in the game.
Yeah.
So go as far into detail as you want to, man, because obviously you can tell where I end up with the series after being exhaustive with
Uh,
all the other episodes. I can't be asked.
Oh man, I mean, shit, dude. So I don't have notes or anything. I'm just kind of free balling here. Let's see. I mean, as far as episode 7 goes, because that's when Eric Estrada and his son or whatever, right? And then the ghoul shows up to their house, and then he shoots them. Now, what was now like so that farmer? What was the info he was trying to get? Because I was a little bit confused on like why the ghoul was there in the first place.
He was trying to find Moldaver for the bounty, and also because he knew her. He knew her in his past life before he became a ghoul.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then
Yeah,
like
because that's
what
the reason why his son got shot in that scene is because he tried to give up Moldaver's location
to who? To
to
the
the ghoul.
ghoul?
That's why he shot him.
Oh, okay. Well,
It,
that
well,
was kind.
yeah, because he was trying to blackmail him. He was trying to blackmail the dad, and then the son was in secret talks with Moldaver, and he started to give up information.
Oh, so
So
that
it was like
Moldaver
if you
could
had to
find the
send anything.
ghoul?
hmm
Oh, okay. I see. I see. Okay. Well, I don't know. It was just weird that they got Eric Estrada in that show. Like, well, because I think like I was like I wasn't really paying attention, and then I heard like his voice. I was like, "What the fuck, dude? They got fucking oh god, what was his name in Chips, dude? What was his name? Oh my god. Shit. It's not the Fonz. It was whatever. But I was just like, dude, what the hell, man? And then
And Henry Winkler
no,
played the
no, no,
Fawn.
no,
Who?
no. I'm trying to think of the name that Eric Estrada, the character he played on Chips.
Oh, I never watched the show.
Okay, well, yeah, that
Yeah,
was kind of like I was like, what the fuck? And then um, let's see. I think they ended up, and then I think in that episode they Lucy and Maximus, they ended up in Vault 4, right? They showed up to that hospital and then or that abandoned hospital or whatever. And then they fucking like fell into that pit and ended up into Vault 4. And they kind of learned about the experiments and stuff that went on.
yeah,
Right,
that was
right.
the end of episode 6.
Oh, that was okay. All right. But okay. But then like it
Yeah, we spend a lot more time with them in that vault here. You
okay
get
in
to
7,
see.
right?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought it was really funny because like I think they really did like the what you call it, the mutations of that vault, like the people in that vault, the mutations. I thought it was pretty cool, like the CGI or whatever that they did on him with that one dude that had the one eye, which I thought he looked kind of cool. I think it's cool, but what I liked about it was like it kind of like everything's starting to come together, all the pieces starting to come together, and then I think like at this point, Lucy kind of her naivete starts kind of fading away bit by bit because she starts to learn like really, what happened, like where she's actually from and all that. And then let me see. Uh,
you know
and
one
there's a
thing I did like about that episode,
yeah,
because like actually now that we're actually talking about it, because I know that you've watched it now. It's like there was a good scene in episode 7, and so the snake oil salesman, this the chicken fucker
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah,
earlier
yeah.
in the season, and so that little exchange with the ghoul, and it actually
Okay.
works. So,
Wait, oh wait, which part was that? When did they meet?
well, okay, take that out. It wasn't the ghoul; it was with the squire.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Where they
Yeah,
give him the
because
potion.
yeah, and it actually fixes his broken foot for when Maximus, you
Yeah, but then
fucked him
now
up.
he's a ghoul. He's gonna be a ghoul, or I don't know.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny. And he tries to kill him. He pulls the gun out. And he tries to fucking kill him. I was like, dude, what
Mm.
the fuck, dude? Like, I mean,
O- on the ass end of that scene, though, I also thought that it didn't really make sense for the squire's character to like turn on him.
on the snake oil salesman.
hmm
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. It was kind of, yeah, it was kind of like it kind of confused me a little bit because it just like out of nowhere he's gonna like what kill him and then take all of his potions, and I think that's what they were trying to convey, that he was gonna steal all the stuff from him or something like that. But
Yeah.
the salesman's like, oh well, if you take the wrong one, then this could happen and blah blah blah, and then well, I mean, he ends up getting fucked either way. Fucking the squire fucking ends up getting fucked at the end either way. So, but
Yeah. Well, that's a recurring theme with this whole show is that no one's every time there is character development being shown in the next scene or the next episode, it's immediately taken away and it's like, oh my gosh, it
yeah,
was making sense, and then now that's completely out of character.
yeah.
That happens with pretty much everyone. Lucy is the most consistent, however, she still has myth ups as well.
Yeah. But I'm assuming she has lot more to go on her arc or her journey through the series anyway. So I'm sure fucking if there is there going to be a second season for this, or do you know, or
I'm not going to watch it. I can tell you that. Um, I'm assuming it's going to depend on demand.
okay,
If it
okay,
doesn't get ratioed to hell, I had enough. There was things that like, there's definitely things I enjoyed. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just here shitting on it all day long. There were things I enjoyed. I actually liked Lucy, and then I could. There was just so much stuff telegraphed. I was like, oh, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Which I
yeah,
said like in like our first reviews. I said I was like, oh, I could see what's coming, and then they actually did it, and I'm just like,
yeah, yeah. There was a lot of that. There was definitely a lot of that. I mean, yeah.
mm-hmm. Did you notice? Okay, so the one-eyed overseer of Vault 4. Did you
Mm.
know who that actor was?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen him around before. I forget what movie it was, but like, yeah, I've seen him in other movies, or I want to say maybe TV shows before. Yeah,
Hmm. And also, so Knight Titus was Michael Rappaport, who used to be a stand-up comedian, and now he's a sit-down crybaby.
yeah, man. I mean, I still don't. I don't know why they fucking cast that guy for that
Mm.
role. You know what I mean? I know that was like fucking like episode 2 or 3 or 1 or where the fuck it was, but fucking yeah, when they popped the face thing off of him, I was like, oh, dude, come on, man. Like, maybe someone a little more serious, not a fucking comedian, dude.
Yeah,
But then,
that's when like the slapstick stuff started happening, like
yeah,
egregiously.
yeah. But I mean, they got Eric Estrada on there too, so fucking.
Well, also they had Fred Armisen. Y'all might know him from Portlandia. He also played Uncle Fester in
Oh
the
yeah,
Wednesday
he was
show.
he
He
was
was in.
at the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
but
was
you
like,
know
why?
what?
Why are all the cameos like washed up comedians? Like, what's going
Yeah,
on with this?
but I don't know. I think he was good for that role though, as like a fucking loner, like radio station dude, fucking out in the middle of nowhere, just play. I think he was cast good for that role because it was kind of he I felt he fit in that role. So, but it was funny with all the big fucking the bear traps and shit that was all littered in the
Oh,
front of
that
the
part.
radio tower.
Yeah.
That
Mm-hmm.
shit was funny,
That part
dude.
actually was good.
No, and then when they're in Vault 4, and then they're gonna fucking like punish Lucy for what she did, or like fucking what was it? For what her her vault did or whatever, and then like fucking,
Yeah.
you know, it's all serious, like we're gonna condemn you to fucking, and she thought she was gonna execute it, and the fucking
Yeah.
the fucking the hand biting, like, oh, you
Yeah.
can
You
start
think
to
it's
this.
gonna be Game of Thrones? She's gonna get beheaded or something like that, and they're just like, "You are forced to go to the surface."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, well,
And
that's
then
where I came from. Are you serious?
that is funny. It's like, well, I have a question. It's like, oh no, don't worry, we'll have someone take all this stuff up there for you. And like it's all fucking nice and shit. And then Maximus like sees that and he starts
You
fucking,
know,
you
we've
know,
given you 2 months worth of supplies, and it's like
yeah.
candy and s'mores and all kinds of other stuff. All right, so like from a normie perspective, I could see why like it'd be goofy if you didn't know the lore and how
Yeah.
it's not like that in the games. So that's why I enjoy having people like you around to talk about this because I think normies would love this show.
Yeah.
People serious about the games are a lot
Oh,
critical, and you'll see my rating for the entire series at the end.
okay. Oh man.
And the people who have been watching this, like y'all could probably already guess the exact number.
But isn't the game kind of like it's serious, but it's also has like its quirky, goofy moments in it too. Like it's kind of like that, isn't it? As far as my
um,
understanding goes, as far as the game.
it definitely does. Americus and I talked about it on our second episode of this series that we're doing, where a lot of the Fallout humor, yes, it's very humorous. It's dark humor.
Yeah.
It's not slapstick crap.
Okay.
Like there are super mutants that wear mini skirts,
Okay.
but but they don't make a big deal about it. It's just like that's a visual aspect of the character. It's like what the heck? And this one actually knows how to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we did talk about so the Mister Handy that says, "Are you going to kill me?" It's like, "Oh heavens, no!
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to harvest your organs."
Yeah.
That's the kind of humor that's in the games.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just like a Yogwai shows up and a knight from the Brotherhood of Steel is just like fuck, 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 fuck,
Oh
fuck, fuck.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm sorry, I said fuck way too many times there, but
That's
hey,
fine.
it's in the show, so maybe that's copyright infringement because I'm
You
I
know,
didn't add anything to it because there was nothing to add.
yeah, it's artistic. Artistic. Whatever the fuck. It's all good. That
Artistic license and autistic writing. So
yeah. So that Squire guy, I swear I've seen him in like another movie before too, but or another movie or TV show. Like his face looks oddly familiar.
I don't
But
think he's ever been a leading role, but I did recognize him as
okay.
well. I didn't look it up.
Yeah.
I mean, we can real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I was saying was, well, I know. So from like watching episode 7, 8, maybe even like 6, but like now maybe I'm wrong here on my opinion, but I felt like the ghoul is actually he's actually a good guy. He's actually like one of the good guys because it seems like there's like really there's like no good guys per se in the whole show. It's and I guess it's like all moral relativism or whatever, but I felt like the ghoul is actually like one of the characters that is actually like a good guy. He actually has like a certain moral code he goes by, and like he's just pretty much like trying to find out where his family is. So
You know what he reminds me of, and this is an old show, but you've probably heard the theme song "Have Gun Will Travel."
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Um, he reminds me of Paladin.
okay,
He has his own code, and he gives his business card out. It's like if you need someone killed, as long as it's for a good reason, call me. I'll come meet you there. I'll handle the business. So you could say almost vigilantism, but that's
yeah,
kind of you could say that because he's not sponsored by the government or the law. However, he still does it and gets paid.
okay.
All the
Um,
while, while he has his own ulterior motives where he's trying to find his
yeah,
wife and kid,
yeah. I
and
mean,
whatever helps him get there or get closer to it. Like,
yeah,
fuck it, I'll do it.
yeah. He's definitely like the anti-hero character, but at the same time, like well, I mean, I guess like an anti-hero is kind of they're not like a bad person per se, but they kind of do things that are morally objectionable. But
Hmm.
but like in the timeline that they're at or that they're in, and the situation that they're in, like he's actually a pretty good guy. Just don't get in his way of what he's doing.
He still
Yeah.
has his soul, and you could tell that especially with the flashbacks, which get increasingly annoying because there's just so many of them in the last couple
Mm.
episodes.
Mhm.
But was like, come on, you don't have to sell us that he still has his humanity with him.
Mm,
We
yeah,
already know that. We can see that, even though he's a much more gruff person, because he was there when the bombs were dropped, and that was 200 years ago.
yeah,
So
yeah, and
he's been
then
200 years a ghoul.
oh my god, womp womp. Oh my god. Oh shit. Um.
Yeah, black people have nothing to say about 12 years a slave when you're 200 years a ghoul.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I went there. That's staying in too. Maybe not. We might get struck for that.
Hey, you want to get monetized or not, man? Come on.
Hey, let's just ask Crease King. If he gives us the pass, then it's
Oh
all
shit.
good.
Yeah, I think I got Gary's pass from Vegas. I forget who it was gave it to me. It was on the it was on those "Hello, my name is" little sticker, right? I guess he was going to give it to Gary, but he wasn't able to. So like we're all like shooting the shit out in front of the bar. It's like, here, dude, here, yo, pops, you can have it. It says Gary's Edward pass. I'm like, oh, sweet, dude. I'm gonna save this one. I got it posted up on my cork board in my room, fucking pinned up right there.
Yeah,
So
should have it
yeah,
laminated.
I know, right? Fucking framed up, have it framed and everything. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But to the topic, to the point of your time, like the flashbacks and stuff, I kind of enjoyed like the flashback scenes, especially once you started getting more in depth into like the whole Vault-Tec lore. And like and then like where it's Coop, right? His name's Coop, right?
Cooper.
The yeah,
Yeah.
Cooper. Where you just kind of start like seeing like how the world came to be. I really fucking like those scenes. And I think what it is, I think what it also is like the aesthetics of the scenes too, because it's like Fallout's got that like retro, it's like futuristic retro '50s feel, and I don't know, something about that just it just I like it. I just like it.
It reminds me of times when women wore feminine A-line skirts and
Yeah.
cooked you dinner and made you sandwiches, and you'd come home and go kiss her on the cheek and actually show affection to your wife. You'd actually have a wife and not a husband who's pretending to be a wife. Yeah, it's just a seemingly more innocent phase, a more wholesome, phase of Americana.
Yeah.
So even though we weren't alive during that, like it almost does feel nostalgic. It's like, man, I wish
Yeah.
I'd been alive back then. Things just
I,
seem so much easier.
I think what it is, it's like you could almost imagine that timeline being a reality just because of like the way the technology of like like I think was it you that said, I forget, I think it was you that said like the timeline is supposed to be an alternate timeline of like, or I forget who fucking said it, but it's supposed to be like an alternate timeline of where like the technology from the '50s, it just only advanced in that sphere instead of like to what we have now with like microchips and all that stuff. And like you could definitely see that happening. And I guess it's just really fun to imagine what the world would look like if the timeline went that way. And I felt like it just feels like it's believable. You know what I mean? Like that future seems like it could have happened. And like it just, yeah, it's like a nostalgia for a time that never existed, I guess. You know?
Yeah, Americus and I talked about it, and he's the one that brought it up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the bombs are dropped in 2077.
Hmm.
So there is a different timeline of the USA. So, like the 1950 aesthetic, however, in the timeline of the Fallout universe is 2077 when the when the global nuclear war happens.
Yeah. Which I mean, and then that whole you know scenario, or with that whole flashback of when Cooper starts eavesdropping on his wife, and then the whole like scene where they're at that meeting, the meeting of all like the top
Hmm.
companies or whatever. That was very God, what's the Doctor Strangelove? Definitely had some Doctor
Yes, yes,
Strangelove influences to that scene, which I did enjoy. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was kind of cool.
yeah. And how I love to learn the bomb. Pretty on the nose,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it was still there. It could be appreciated because a lot of people nowadays won't even get that reference. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
give it a pass.
yeah. That was cool. And then um, and then you start to learn like not everything seems what it's not everything doesn't seem to be what it is just for face value, and it just starts going like deeper and deeper into like, oh, okay, so these corporations the only reason, like, they literally blew up the fucking world because they wanted to have their own monopoly, to like have their own product out there. Like, that's pretty diabolical. I was like, oh shit, okay. And then, like, you start fast forwarding, and it goes to where Norm starts exploring to Vault 30, no, 30, was it, which one was it 32? Vault
32.
32.
Yeah.
And then he starts like figuring out all the like, what, like, he's trying to figure out what happened and all that. And then, like, you come to find out, like, pretty much like all the overseers with the old Vault Tech employees from back in the day that were cryogenically frozen, or they're like clones or something like that. And then, like, I don't know, that shit blew my mind. That shit fucking blew my mind, dude.
Yeah, that goes over between episode 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And if we could stop for just a second, we're not stopping the recording or anything like that. We have Nerd Slap in here.
Cool.
So right before we get into episode 8 or anything else, let me just bring him in. I'm
I
gonna
gotta,
give an intro. All right, coming to the stage now, we have Nerd Slap joining us in for this epic discussion, the end of the Fallout series. It is the first time that we have been on stream together, even though we've talked quite a bit in other people's streams. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. How y'all doing?
good, good.
Good. It's finally good to be on with y'all.
Heck yeah, man. Always got to give small streamers and, well, heck, big streamers too, the time of day that they deserve, because this is a lot of effort that a lot of people don't know about.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. How y'all doing today?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, just living the dream.
So we have just basically wrapped up initial thoughts and episode 7, so we're starting on episode 8. I don't know if you have any like notes written down or any thoughts that you want to add to the conversation. We can go into 8 if you want, or we can wrap it up right now because I've already said that I'm done with it.
I mean, yeah, if you guys want to go over episode 8 a little bit, we can. I'm about it.
We'll start it out, man. Go ahead.
Man, I will say I haven't played a whole lot of the games, just a little bit of New Vegas that I've been streaming, but so far I like the world, the franchise itself. It's definitely been an interesting show, that's for sure. Like, some of the characters you can't connect with them.
Yeah.
Like me personally,
Oh,
I could never connect with like the Maximus character. I was like, this dude, he's a pussy. Like,
yeah.
and maybe that's what they were going for, but it's too much. Like,
Two
A
on the
pussy
nose.
that gets to kiss the girl? Are you serious?
right?
Like,
Yeah.
no, that's not what
And,
they were going for.
and he doesn't even know how his dick is supposed to work. Like, oh, that doesn't happen to me. That's just a thing that can happen, but that doesn't happen to me. Like,
He's never had a wet dream after all those years of not jerking off. Like, come on, I don't buy it. What do you mean when Maximus and Lucy don't work out? They don't
No, they're
work out from
good.
the start.
well, yeah, but I mean, you can tell that they're trying to push it that way, where they're gonna, eventually like either get together or they're gonna fuck or something.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, come on.
I mean,
For sure.
yeah, but it's not gonna work out just because of how his character is. But like I said, overall, it was a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. Some of the stuff was a little unrealistic, like when she would when she like first went out. You're telling me nobody came after her at all. Nobody tried to,
Do stuff to her.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Nobody tried to invade her no square. Like,
no square.
but no, like I will say they did the last episode really, really well in my opinion. Just kind of like the cliffhanger that they left it on, and like the build up throughout the whole show. And I thought it was pretty good. I'm excited for the next season.
Hey, same here. What about you, Malty?
No. Unequivocally, no.
No?
No, I'm done with it. They fucked up too much. Any mystery that they started in the first half of the season, which is when I actually was enjoying it. Yeah, all the reveals were telegraphed. See him from a mile away. Called him weeks ago, or however long, 2 weeks ago, whenever I started watching this. We were doing our watch parties, but like, no. It was good. It was good while it lasted, and that was until episode 4 ended, and then I'm done.
So the thing about episode 8, like I thought, because they start to reveal like, oh yeah, who is Lucy's dad? What was his first name? I know the last name's McLean.
Hank, I think.
Yeah, Hank, right? Hank. Like, it's revealed that Hank was like, well, it's all revealed that pretty much all the overseers are like, ex-employees of Vault-Tec and all that. And then, like, I thought, so when the whole reveal happens, when they're at the observatory, when Lucy finally gets there and all that shit, like, I thought Moldaver was Lucy's mom, because I was like, oh, like, but then, like, like it pans over to that fucking ghoul chick that was in the wheelchair or whatever. It's like, I don't know, like, I was, man, like, it was just weird, because I was like, honestly, I thought Moldaver was going to be Lucy's mom, but then, like, it turns out that she's, I mean, like, she was like one of the people that came up with the cold fusion technology or whatever that Vault-Tec stole. And I'm kind of, man, I mean, like, I want to even fucking say that's like fucking Lucy's mom's lesbian lover or some shit. Like,
that's definitely the vibe.
Yeah, right? I'm not the only one that was like feeling that, right?
Yeah, well, because like
if she was Lucy's mom, that would explain the DSLs that Lucy's got on her.
But yeah, no, like I kind of feel like they were pushing that way too with Moldaver being her lover, just because like at that like end part where she sits down next to her and is like, "We did it," and then holding her hand and shit, like they're definitely pushing it towards that.
Yeah.
Well, they did that with Lucy and the pregnant bitch in episode 1.
Oh,
his husband dies, and then like as soon as Lucy's gone, she gets with Chet.
Yeah, that was like
that
thing too. It's like, this is a lesbian relationship, and yeah, you fucked your cousin, and like this is just we're all normal because we're happy. I'm just like, oh gosh, this is gonna come back at some point.
I will say one thing I thought was a little like kind of odd was, so she had the the cold fusion tech and she had it all set up. She gets it activated, and it pans over and you see like all the lights turning on and all that shit, and it just kind of made me think. So they had a nuke.
It lights up New Vegas. That's the end of it. That's what gives New Vegas its power in the games, and why that is like a bastion of gambling and like nightlife and everything like that. And it's like the city that never sleeps in the games, in the Fallout universe.
Okay. Because like one of the things that I was thinking is like, so the world got nuked, right? Everything was pretty much, destroyed some way or another, or broken, So did Moldaver like rebuild the transformers and redo all the power,
the whole infrastructure throughout the world? Yeah.
I thought that was a little odd, but like, whatever.
She had a resistance, just the same way that the Brotherhood of Steel is not sanctioned by anything other than themselves, and the military companies that they have taken over, basically.
Okay.
And then that's their bases. There's a lot of different factions in the games, like the Enclave, the Brotherhood of Steel, and so Moldaver is just another offshoot of that.
Okay. And what about that like little end part though with Maximus? He gets knocked the fuck out by her dad, and then when he wakes up, he's like standing by a dead Moldaver, and special person. I'll say the special person. He gets knocked out, wakes up, and he's and then the special person comes in and is all like, "Yeah, you killed Moldaver. All hail Knight Maximus." Like, to me, it doesn't seem like that special person would have the ability to dub him a knight. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't know much about the franchise, but it kind of seems like that would be something that the higher ups in the Brotherhood would have to do,
Well, she was just, or whoever, fucking, whatever the fuck, was, it was affirmative action, man. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he fucking got him. Fucking, yeah, even though he didn't. Fucking, we'll just give him the credit. It's like, okay.
That's
Give you the credit.
That's the last paragraphs that I have before I said, "Oh, fuck off with the Death Claw skull." It literally says, I'll read it verbatim: Moldaver and Rose, cold fusion, repowered Shady Sands. Cheap reveal that Moldaver dies. She was a myth and everything happened off screen. Now more stolen valor. Good gracious, so gay, and he doesn't even protest because he's a big old nothing burger of a human.
Yeah. Just like fucking just keep on setting him up and
More shortcuts.
Yeah.
More shortcuts.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to empathize with this dude somehow.
Yeah. Fuck no. He got on my nerves. Fucking a lot of times that show, dude. Fucking. Ugh. And you know what? When he gets hit by the fucking power suit, by Hank, I mean, shouldn't his like fucking face been ripped off and shit? Isn't that like those suits have a whole bunch of power? Like,
Well,
you know what I mean?
he did this and squeezed the person's
Yeah.
skull
Yeah.
with it
And-
earlier. Yep.
Yeah. Like he fucking just wakes up afterwards. Like I would assume he'd have some broken fucking bones at least, or like
A concussion or something.
yeah, dude. It's like I don't know. It's not consistent. It's just not consistent at parts. But I mean, I guess it wouldn't fucking make it. You'd have to. It wouldn't make the show. You know what I mean? You can't just
Yeah.
kill him off or whatever. So
Plot armor.
yeah.
But like, and then I thought it was weird how when like Lucy first showed up to that spot and she was like talking to Moldaver and her dad, she was trying to save her dad at first, but then Moldaver says like one or two things, and then suddenly she's all like, "Oh, I believe everything you say, Dad. Give her the code, Dad. Do it." And he just does it. Like, I feel like at least with like him, like he would be one of those characters where he's like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. I'd rather die."
Yeah.
But he just gave it right up.
But I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair,
did y'all do? So Hank, her dad, is a clone, not just in cryosleep. Like he's a clone.
okay.
Oh.
They all are, right? Like pretty much all the overseers, because they were all like, okay, so they're all clones, right?
Yeah, they're all clones from the original timeline.
Okay.
Oh. That I didn't know. See, I thought they were just the original ones just in like cryo sleep. I didn't know they were
No.
clones.
Yeah, that is explained. I have that written down too.
Yeah, because Norm goes into Vault 33 and then fucking, sees the whole rows of the pods or whatever. And that shit was funny too with that little robot, the little Roomba with the fucking brain. He tries to inject him. It's like, oh, wait, no, hey, stay still. That gave me a little chuckle.
No, that is something that would happen in the games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it actually does. You get into this like heavily fortified facility, and you found out that the leader is like a robot with a human brain, or it's just like artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
That does happen quite a few times in the game. So it's like, all right, that doesn't break canon. Well, not canon, but you know what I mean. It doesn't break the world.
Well, Nerd Slap, to go back to your earlier point about Lucy and Hank in that last scene or whatever. To be fair, Lucy did just come out of Vault 4 and kind of learned a little bit more about like kind of what was going on with as far as like like the vaults and all that. So and
Yeah.
but then at the same time, like, why would Hank just give up the code? You know what I mean? Like he fucking uh he seems like a pretty diabolical fucking guy. So it's like, you know,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty good show, though. There was some, minor stuff that I was like, okay, that doesn't really make sense. That doesn't seem right. But
Wait a second. Okay, what I have written, like the ghoul, like the zombie thing with Moldaver, is Lucy's mom. So if Hank saw her in that state, yeah, give up the codes to put her out, like to help her stop suffering, put everyone out of the misery.
that could be. Maybe he
Or am
thought
I?
that if he gave up the code, that Moldaver would end her suffering. That could be.
Yeah, or put her on some like life support or semi back to tank. I know we're not in the Star Wars universe, but like something that could like help her to ease her suffering, get her better, or anything like that, because he knew what the cold fusion would do.
So I guess my question is, with her in the state that she was in, would it be possible for her to get to a state kind of like what Walton Goggins' character was, where he was still a ghoul, but he was like functional and like mentally aware of everything? I don't know if that would be like possible with like the drugs he was taking. I don't know if that would work on her.
That's left ambiguous in the games.
Okay.
but she
So
kills him at the end, or Lucy kills her mom at the end, or some wait, right? She shoots her mom at the end though.
yeah, Lucy kills her
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what Hank. What I'm saying is like drawing the parallel. Maybe that's what Hank was trying to do by giving the cold fusion,
Oh,
but
okay.
and
Okay.
Lucy ends up
Oh, okay.
killing her to stop her suffering.
I see what you're saying. Gotcha. That could be. I guess the next question is, how long do we got to wait for the next season?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. Because I mean, I kind of want to watch the second season after the cliffhanger where Hank fucking makes an escape, and then Lucy and the ghoul they take off. It's like I kind of
Mhm.
want to know where this goes now. So
Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of wrap this up, guys. Now that we've
For sure.
talked about both of the last two episodes, overall, I mean, we've already kind of started. Where do you want to see season 2 go if you choose to watch it?
what Nerd Slap? You want to go first, or
Well, I guess I would kind of hope that they go into, like some of the stuff that they left ambiguous, or even like, I guess it kind of seemed like they were going to bring New Vegas into it with the end. So I'm kind of hoping that they touch on that. Um, it's hard to say where they're gonna go, honestly, because with Hollywood in general now, you never know these days. I mean, I'll say this: I did enjoy this show a lot more than I enjoyed Rings of Power.
You watched Rings of Power?
I got about 2 or 3 episodes in, and I was like, "All right, yeah, fuck this."
I can't lie, I did watch episode 1, and I was just like, nope, not doing
Yeah,
it.
I tried to give it a chance just because I like Lord of the Rings so much, but I couldn't do
couldn't
it.
do it? Couldn't do it.
But yeah,
Um,
what do you think, Yo Pops?
I kind of want to know more about like what happened between like Cooper and his wife, and then like pretty much like the beginnings of Voltec before the bombs dropped. Because I thought that storyline or that timeline was very interesting. Let me see, and then uh, and I kind of want to see what happens to the vaults after they renovated Vault 32 and then started moving the Vault 33 people into 32, and I kind of want to see like, is it going to be more experiments, or like are they going to be doing more testing on like Vault 32? Like I kind of want to see a little bit more of that, because like I think the vault timelines are really fucking cool.
I do hope they touch on the experiment thing too.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I guess my question is, so each vault had an experiment apparently, but I don't think they ever really discussed what went on in what the experiment was in Lucy's vault. So I guess my question is, were they the experiment?
Mm.
That would be
I'm
cool to
pretty
find out.
sure the experiment for Vault 33 was Alabamism.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because it didn't really seem like it seemed like that was kind of the normal one because you had because all the reason I'm saying this because all the overseers were from 31. They were all clones of
Mm.
people original
Mhm.
Vault Tech employees. So that was one of the good vaults that Cooper's wife was talking about, even though they didn't allow dogs when they had that argument way back in the day, which was a Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. She was trying to secure that kind of stuff, like that one of the untouched vaults that would always be taken care of because it had higher level VIPs in it.
Well, see, that's what that's what I want to see more of. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like a little bit more in depth explanation, more like in depth into like uh, how did it all start with the vaults, and then like what were they doing down there? Like you know,
I kind of also hope that they go into like how the ghoul got from where he was to where he is
Mm.
now. Because
yeah.
if I remember correctly, this wasn't the first time he's been like resurrected, so to speak. And so I
Right.
kind of wonder if they're going to touch on that more too. And also like what happened to his family, where's his wife and kid? Are they in Vault 31 or did they die? That'd be kind of cool to know.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
'Cause let's be real, the ghoul, he carried the whole show.
Hmm.
Best character.
Oh yeah.
I like Lucy until the last two episodes,
Yeah.
but that's it's really they were actually doing a decent job with her character development, and then they always throw some weird crap in there.
Hmm.
The kiss made no sense.
Hey guys, I gotta take off right now.
And no worries, man.
All right, I'm
Have a,
Malty. I nerd trap. I'll see
Appreciate
you
have a
guys.
good
having you
rest of your night,
on.
bro.
Hey, had fun.
Yeah. See ya.
So if there's one thing I want to see super mutants or a living Deathclaw completely tear Maximus to shreds.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
While he's trying to, okay, so this would writers, if you're listening, this is how you actually fucking write something like this. He's had so much stolen valor. He has been thrust into positions that he's not ready for, and now people are calling him All Hail Knight Titus or Knight Maximus or whatever. And so he finally gets it into his head. It's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And like everyone's looking up to him, and like he just immediately just gets smashed, and a death claw rips off his head.
Yes.
That's
That
what I
or a
want to see.
bear. Deathclaw or a bear.
Yeah, the
'Cause
Yagwai was pretty intimidating as well.
yeah, like because I could totally see the exact same thing happening to him that happened to Titus, where he runs into a bear and he just turns around and is, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. That would be hilarious.
I would actually laugh at that. I just want that motherfucker dead.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Maximus. I could never connect with his character. I mean, like when they first went into Vault 4 or whatever vault number it was, like at first he was like, nah, these people are weird. It's a cult. We got to get out of here. And Lucy's all, no, we got to stay. You got to get better. They know what they're talking about. But then it completely flipped in a matter of like 2 minutes, it felt like, where she was like, oh shit, no, these people are fucked up. We got to go. And he's all, nah, they
He
got oysters.
Yeah, he's like he gets a box of M&Ms and what's a hot shower? And I was like, it's probably any shower you've ever had in an irradiated wasteland. You know, there's like it's gonna be hot as crap all the time, so any water's gonna
Right.
be hot. I was like, you know what a hot shower is? You just don't know what an unirradiated shower is.
Exactly.
And
I don't
oh, and
know.
you get a bathrobe, like you even know how to use that, and like bathrobes aren't that comfortable either.
No, no, I
They're
could
not.
never, I don't know. It's just, I feel like I feel like they kind of wrote his character like that on purpose because let's be real, it's on par with Hollywood where all the men are weak characters and women are the strong characters, and like that's fine, but don't make the
They
guy a total pussy.
they wrote him like Finn.
Yes.
I said this in episode 1 of our reviews. Like, they wrote him like motherfucking Finn
Hmm.
from the new I don't even want to call it Star Wars, but that abomination that is the J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson trilogy.
It's part of the quote unquote multiverse for Star Wars. I will never consider that stuff canon. I can't.
No, you know what I consider canon is the EU.
Yeah.
All those books that I was reading in between uh, the original trilogy when I was growing up before the prequels came out. The books
Hmm.
that I was reading. The
Hmm.
ones that George Lucas himself said were canon.
Yep. I need to try to find some of those. I've been meaning to go to like a bookstore or something and try to find a bunch of the old Star Wars books, but oh, I need time for that.
Hey, Goodwill and like flea markets, those are great places to find collectibles, especially books, but also, so, I mean, this is kind of off topic, but there was a flea market that I went to that had the entire unopened mint in box collection of the Spawn figurines when they made
Oh,
the
that's cool.
yeah, and it only cost me $70 to have all of them.
That's
I looked
insane.
up online. Yeah, I looked up one of the things online. I was like, new mint or like mint in box was going for $140, like for one of them. I was like, it's like I think it was seven. I was like, I got seven of these.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
go to go to your local flea markets. Go to Goodwill. There's stuff that people don't even know what the value of it is. They just want to get rid of it because they don't know the lore behind it.
right. Yeah, and that's honestly what I need to start doing like on my weekends from work is just go to Goodwill and fucking flea markets, whatever I can find. It just sucks cuz a lot of the flea markets around here at least, they're closing down just cuz it's everything's phasing to, you know, online and Goodwill and like we had one that was like probably an acre or two of land and it was just all different booths and stuff and
Hmm.
people loved going there, but then during COVID they had to shut down and then some corporation bought the land and they were going to build housing on it, but because of something with the land itself they couldn't build housing, so now it's just sitting there empty.
Well, guys, I think we're about ready to stop talking about this. I really appreciate Yo Pops. He's one of the members of the GCA. Great to have him in. We don't get to see him very often, but we always love it whenever he does pop in. And also, a great shout out to Nerd Slab. I appreciate your time as well. So, do you have anything going on? You want to shill yourself at all?
Well, first, thank you for having me on. I do appreciate that. It's a huge honor. I love watching you guys, being part of the community. It's awesome. All I really got going on, I do my streaming over on Kick, kick.com/nerdslap. I'm going to start getting into streaming on YouTube here pretty soon. And then I got a couple of projects in the works. I can't really say too much right now, but those will be coming soon.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yes, Nerd Slap is one of those early risers. I can almost never catch his kick streams, but usually I'm on a lunch break or a smoke break in the morning whenever I can pop in. But he's good
Yeah.
people.
I'm going to try to
Definitely
start doing some night streams for sure. I can sleep when I'm dead, right?
right. When you're dead or when you become zombified or maybe when you're a ghoul. You never
Yeah,
know.
there you go.
As soon as they show us how that actually happens.
Right, yeah, like how does that all work?
Maybe you wake up one day and you don't have a nose.
Yeah, that
I'd
was
like to wake up today. I would like to wake up with less of a nose because I got a little honker on me. But
that's not that bad. It's about I'd say it's about average.
as long as it fits the face, who cares? One thing we
Exactly.
like. One thing we like about people is quirks. No one wants cornophilia.
Exactly. And you gotta have something unique because if everyone was the same, life would be boring, you know?
Hmm. I
Hell
know that's
yeah.
right. And you can run till that. All right, I'm getting a little loopy. So, as
Oh,
always, guys, it's Multi with the GCA. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Do whatever you want as long as you're involved. It means you actually paid attention to this. We love you all.